Welcome to today's explainer, everyone. Grab your metaphorical artist smocks because I am absolutely thrilled to be your guide today. We're going to open our eyes to a whole new world. Our goal for this session? We're going to discover the incredible, vibrant, creative inspiration that's, well, literally waiting right outside our front doors. So let me ask you right off the bat, have you seen any art today? Take a second. Think about it. Usually, when I ask my students this, the answer is a flat no, right? People think, well, I haven't been to a museum or a fancy gallery today, so nope, no art. But actually, we constantly, and I mean constantly, walk right past absolute masterpieces during our daily routines without giving them even a second glance. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is today's lesson plan. We'll start with art in plain sight. Then we'll move into defining contemporary art. After that, we'll look at the integrative art mashup. And finally, we'll wrap up with your local art hunt. Section 1. Art in plain sight. Escaping the mundane. Okay, so before we can really appreciate the art around us, we've got to face a slightly hard truth. It is way too easy to become completely unmindful of the everyday sights and sounds around us. Think about your normal commute for a second. Riding a jeepney, taking the bus, or just walking down your street. The billboards, the street signs, the buildings, even the music blasting from the corner store. It all just blurs into this monotonous everyday routine. These things become so usual, so familiar, that their beauty and relevance are totally lost on us. We're just stuck in our own little bubbles, right? But it is definitely time to fix that. We need to whip out our metaphorical magnifying glasses and really look closer at our communities. We have to actively uncover the hidden significance in our own neighborhoods. Because here's the thing, art isn't always going to jump out and announce itself with a shiny bronze plaque. A lot of the time, you have to be the one to actively seek it out. Section 2. Defining contemporary art, the art of our times. Now that we've got our magnifying glasses out, we kind of need a magic lens to help decode what we're actually looking at. First up is contemporary art. Now, scratch whatever image you have of classical oil paintings in a dusty, super quiet museum. Contemporary art is so much more alive than that. It's an expression of our times and of the artist's personal contexts. It's this living, breathing reflection of the issues, the culture, and the real-world situations we are living in right now. It is basically the artist's way of showing us their reality. And what makes this so absolutely beautiful, especially in the context of the Philippines, is that contemporary arts are as diverse as our people across all the different regions. If you travel to different provinces, or honestly even just different neighborhoods, every single community exhibits its own unique art with its own localized meaning. In fact, the geographical isolation of some communities has actually helped preserve and cultivate all these incredibly unique forms of Philippine art. They tell the exact story of that specific place and its people. Moving on to Section 3, the integrative art mashup. Mixing it up. This brings us to our second magic lens, which is integrative art. This is what helps us see how everyday, seemingly random materials can be combined to make something literally extraordinary. Put simply, integrative art is a conglomeration of different art forms and media integrated together. Just think of it as a massive creative mashup, a remix. It's what happens when an artist takes totally different disciplines, elements, and materials and weaves them all together to create a brand new artwork that feels distinctly, powerfully Filipino. It is so cool to think about the artist's role in this. They're essentially snapping different elements together, like puzzle pieces, to build a complete vision. Maybe they're combining visual arts with a live performance, or digital media with traditional physical sculpture. It's all about bringing these wildly different elements together into one unified masterpiece. And a really crucial point here is that Filipino artists are just unbelievably adept at pulling from both sides of the spectrum. They absolutely do not just rely on expensive, traditional materials like fine canvas or pricey oil paints. No way. They are masterminds at mixing standard art supplies with non-traditional objects. We're talking about things you might literally just find lying around your house or discarded on the street. This kind of brilliant, resourceful integration is a major hallmark of contemporary Philippine art. Finally, Section 4, your local art hunt, where the world is your gallery. All right, it's time to bring this lesson home. Let's take this understanding of contemporary and integrative art and apply it directly to the real world waiting right outside our doors. Look at these everyday examples. Art completely thrives in the vibrant, personalized designs painted all over a local jeepney. It exists in the careful, loving way a mother might cook and arrange food on a plate at home. It's right there in the specific font choices on a giant commercial billboard, or a spontaneous street dance in the plaza, or even in the way the furniture is arranged in your living room to create a certain vibe. Art is quite literally everywhere. And the best part is that art truly belongs in the streets and communities. It's incredibly accessible. You don't need to pay a fancy admission fee to see people creating art right on the pavement together. It happens right in our neighborhoods, openly inviting kids, adults, everyone to just jump in, participate, and become part of that artistic process. But I do have a challenge for you today. You must actively engage your senses to appreciate it. We can't just passively walk past these everyday creations anymore, guys. To truly grasp the beauty, the deep significance, and the meaning of contemporary Philippine art, you have got to employ all of your senses. Sight, sound, touch. You have to truly, actively be present in your environment. So what does this all mean for you? Well, I'm leaving you with a final piece of creative homework. When you step outside today, put down your phone. Seriously, put it in your pocket, open your eyes, engage those senses, and ask yourself, what masterpiece is hiding in my neighborhood? Go out and find the integrative contemporary art that is alive and breathing in your own community right now. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Now get out there and start exploring.